Yo, the church people are so mean on YouTube, but they cool.
It's on Kim Burrell.
Well, besides her, I'm talking about bring it a little bit closer. Sorry. There you go, right there. Go. I was talking trash about dang, what's my man? Dang, I forgot his name. Tim Ross. I was talking trash about him.
Tim Ross, that's the new guy that's with Michael Todd.
Yeah. Well, Tim Ross got the thick glasses and everything.
I feel like I muted him on Instagram because he's like always
talking about sex.
I mean, the church is shied away from sex, so I get being open about it, but his stuff comes off a little like real raunchy.
Yeah,
I like it's always talking about sex. Like we can break that wall in church and begin sex conversations, but if it's like always talking about sex, I'm like, are you horny?
What? He's a horny man. I'm telling you that right now. And it didn't help because I had to find a picture of him for the thumbnail.
Yeah, and
I found old pictures of him when he was like you damn loser looking, and I was just
he was like really skinny. I saw like an old picture of him like a dork.
He looked like he got shoved into a locker. A few. And I was like, yo, this man cannot, like he did the makeover, which I respect, but it's like, golly, bro. Like, but anyway, I just felt like he was horny. And I'm like, and it was a video where he was talking about women getting their body done and how they needed like a psych eval and how they needed to, and then at the end he goes,
is this still church though?
Bro. And he goes at the end like, what is this men's fault? And I was like, you got to be kidding me. What? Like, how do you do this? How do you climb out of the ditch? Because you know women about to tear your ass up and blame it on us. You are the first guest to return.
And hey man, mate, with a
hand clap. Hold on. You're the first guest to return. You are our first guest. Well, besides when we had like on the stuff with me and Mike, but on the Playbook, you're the first guest, and then you're the first guest to return. And we're gonna let everybody know now early in the game, we plan on you coming back again.
Hey, so y'all get to see me on the Playbook.
Where you been? What's up, man?
It's been a minute. Hey, can we let's do this before we hop into things, right? Me and Gavin really just met. The episode that we did, that was our first time meeting him in person because we had been going back and forth. So it was just to me, it was funny just how well the episode flowed, how we bounced off each other, like chemistry and everything, because we legit didn't know each other. We spoke for a little bit before we recorded, and then it was just like, all right, cool, let's do this. And then afterwards, we've been keeping up. I told you I do better. I showed up. You did. You showed up. Hey, Dad's night out.
Look, I showed up to that. I made a mistake. The server, I hope he ain't listening, but I was like, yo, like, he was like, oh, I just moved here. Let me get your information. This man texts me every day for like 2 weeks straight, bro.
Hey.
No.
You don't like that?
I'm like, bro, what the fuck? We both got wives. Text your wife.
He trying to make friends.
He did. And then I was just like, yo, my man's doing too much. Like one day he was like, yo, you want to come over? We're going out. We celebrate my birthday. And I'm like, I don't know you.
And you got to be, not saying him, but just people in general, you got to be careful when you meet people and they're like really clingy. They want you to come over.
Facts.
Because now you in the sex dungeon. Shout out to Todd and Candy.
Shout out to TD Jakes. Come on, man.
Hey, man. Now we got to back up off Bishop. But that clip, that swallowed up clip, I wish he would have never said that.
I feel bad for him.
That voice note is being used all over TikTok, group chats,
facts,
everywhere.
Facts. Question before we get started. How do you feel about Tiana Taylor saying that Iman cut off the utilities? Come on, man.
Damn.
Stick up for black dads. Come on.
Damn.
She
said he cut off the utilities.
Yeah, technically the water got cut off. I read the description. That's the other thing. When y'all try to slander black dads, y'all don't give us all the information. So they told us that he cut off. He left them without power and electricity. Come to find out, they changed it to utilities. Come to find out, it was the water bill, and then he cut off the internet.
Was he still in the house with him?
Mm-mm.
Or he left them? Damn, come on. Now, I'm an open book. My mom said let the water get cut off when she was getting divorced because she was like, she ain't paying or whatever. And I honestly feel like we were moving out the house the next day. So that last night we had to boil it in y'all know I'm from Savannah, so we got the big pots that you do your low country boiling.
Absolutely.
We just boil the hot water
Shout
in
out
there.
to Savannah.
Poured it in there. So yeah, shouts out. My mom be standing on business. That's what. Hey, shout out to Renee. God damn it, because my mama gonna stand on business.
Amon, you cannot do that, bro.
Yeah,
you cannot. You can't. But
he can't do. He could let the internet. You really can't let the.
I let the internet and cable go. Bump that. That ain't like a necessity.
Yeah, because everybody has cell phones. Everybody has hotspots. So
facts. And then on top of that, but it's your kids still live there.
Yeah,
you cutting off the water or letting the water get cut off.
Yeah, you can't let the water get cut off. The internet killed the tablets. The hell with all that. You know, stand on business with that. But the water, come on, man.
It's tough. Yo, I want to welcome everybody to the Playbook. We do not have an outline because we talk too much. We sat here and talked. Here. We are here. We talked a little bit before we got started. Both of our wives know that we're going to talk too much and we're going to be here longer than what we told them.
Yeah,
but
man.
We're here.
It's going to be good. We're going to have a good time. I think it's going to be a mix of just like fatherhood, current events, topics. Yeah. Just all types of dope.
Dumb shit.
Curse. Okay, you curse for me.
Yeah, I already cursed. Yeah, we cuss on here.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay. Here we go.
This is the question we can start off with. And this is because I feel like you and Mia, we are on completely different sides of the spectrum.
Okay.
Growing up, how was it with your skin complexion?
Ooh.
The reason I asked that, because what a camera that I look at, goddamn. This is my camera right here. The reason I asked that is because now everybody loves dark skin.
Facts.
All melanin.
Y'all are in.
Dark skin this, dark skin that. Oh, I want a dark skin half of someone want on with golds. All type of stuff.
Yeah.
But growing up, I was African booty scratcher. I can remember people would get like a black marker and be like, who is this?
Yeah.
Type shit. Or they would draw like something black and leave a white space on the paper and be like, oh, this Maud, that's his teeth. But the world loves dark skin right now. So it's facts. Like, I'm still side-eyeing everybody.
Facts. For me, you know what? Growing up was tough. In all reality, it was probably tough for me, dog, until like the 8th grade. The 8th grade, I had like a real breakdown.
Okay.
Because growing up, I always say it like this. Everybody get picked on, right?
Yeah.
It's like figuring out what you're getting picked on about, right? Yeah. And then it gets to an age where it's kind of like, damn, like have my jokes not stopped yet? You know what I'm saying?
Like all right.
Yeah, but when I was young, it was real tough. Like I used to have, damn, I ain't never told nobody this. But you know what? When I remember being like 6 or 7. And you know how your parents used to always send you to like church camps and stuff? Like they always assume those black people wouldn't do nothing crazy. Right?
These the good blacks.
Yeah. So we was there. And I remember we used to have prayer. And I remember like at one camp, kids wouldn't want to hold my hand because they didn't know what, in their minds, their words, not mine.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. So that was tough to live with. You know, I always tell people, and I don't want to shoot at women because, well, I don't want to shoot at women.
They're going to shoot at you.
They will. I always say, I believe when it comes to colorism, I believe people get it from women more. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you're not a woman, you don't understand. But I always tell people, I'm like, I promise you, outside of women with albinism, I don't think nobody's ever experienced like colorism as much as me.
Yeah.
But it was tough. And then, I'll be completely honest. I had a breakdown in 8th grade, and that breakdown was more or less me trying to find myself. Like, yo, what you trying to, like, who you trying to be, what you trying to do, and me being somebody I wasn't, because I didn't want to get picked on. I just was like, yo, I got to be tough, or I can't let people get over on me, and dealing with that every day. And then after that, bro, it was smooth selling. And I'll tell you this, not that it stopped, because it never stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But one of the funny parts is like, once I got to high school, I was like, look, everybody gonna already know who I am because of the way I look.
Yeah.
So
you got to capitalize off of that.
I'm going to be outside. I'm out here. Like, so.
Turn.
Yeah. And so now it's funny when I run into people, because now I'm older now. I run into people at weddings who remember me from high school. And bro, I promise you, I get all these people like, yo, so glad to see you came out. Like, you came out on the other side, because they used to be on my ass in school. But in high school, like, I already knew, I'm like, you can't say nothing. And I would say this, and this is no shade, and I love these people for it. I got it the worst at church. But at church,
I can see that because it's black church.
It's black church.
You know the dynamics.
But, and you know what it is at church? We were like family. So I was getting picked on. My homeboy who was dark skinned was getting killed just as much as me. The dude who couldn't dress, you know, because you go to black, you know, the cool thing about black church is everybody family ain't got money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who are poor, but you know what? They learn to have jokes. Like at church, they was teaching me literally at church, like, yo, you got to be on it. Yeah. You got to be able to take these jokes because we all giving out. We used to have this thing. Church started at 11:30 at our church. And if you walked into the bathroom at church, anybody that's watching this that went to church with me up into high school, y'all know. If you walked into that bathroom between 10:45 and 11:15, you was getting roasted the entire time. And it was known, like you will open up the locker room. Yeah, you will open up the door, everybody be in a circle. They'd be like, don't come in here if you ain't ready. And they would go in, but at church, they were teaching me like, yo, you got to be able to take these jokes or whatever. So when I got to high school, they weren't saying anything I ain't never heard. Yeah. Now, the fun part was, once I got to college, everybody was more mature. Yeah. And so it was just, yo, do you got game at that point? Because there was some girls who was like, yo, I like your skin tone. I like your hair. That was, you know, that used to throw me off. I'm like, damn, that's weird. But at the same time, it's like, you've dealt with so many women saying you didn't have this.
Now you're getting appreciated. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, then my wife took me out the game.
Damn.
Early.
Oh, y'all went to college together?
Nah, but I met her right after college.
Oh, okay.
But I met her like literally the year after I graduated school, and then we've been kicking ever since. That's the story. I got to stick with it. Don't y'all come in.
That's funny because I had a similar situation. I graduated college 2012. Mm-hmm. Me and wifey met towards the end of 2012. Started dating that next year, and I can remember my dad telling me, he's like, "You're a fool because you just got your first apartment. Like you're an established adult." He's like, "You want to have a girlfriend, bro?" I was like, "Yeah," but that's another episode.
I bought my house, and I had 3 girls with me when I moved in, like. My wife and the other 2 of my 2 homegirls. And my dad called me. He said, yo, which one of them girls you talk to? I'm like, them 2 my homegirls. Like, I see them like my sisters, so to speak. I'm like, other girl, she a cool girl from work. And he's like, nah, y'all like each other. I'm like, what? He said, man, ain't no way I will move into my first home. And mind you, I'm 24. And he's like, you letting girls know where you
bought
stay?
Your first crib at 24?
Yeah.
Flex.
Look.
Ballin'.
There is benefits to listening to your parents. I tell people that all the time, but yeah, man, it was tough. But you know what? I will say this, guys, when it came down to dudes, they would just joke, but it was like, yo, we playing basketball. Nobody's saying, yo, you too dark to hoop or you too light to hoop. You know what I'm saying? It's either you good or you not. Now, if you mess up, it might be
they on your ass.
They on But you know, it wasn't like, yo, you can't come to the mall with us because you this, your skin color is this. But it's, you know, everybody know you dancing in the club, shorty turn around. If you ain't even the shade that she think, that's a first red flag, they out of there. Like, so I always tell people that. I'm like, yo, I had to navigate that. And
had to smell good.
Bro,
make sure that fit fresh.
I was telling Mike, we went to the cigar lounge. I got to talk to you about that because they want to do something with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Can't even put it on air because you niggas hate. But we was there and I was telling them, I'm like, yo, at such a young age, and I wonder, did you experience this too, being that you're dark skinned? At such a young age, you have to learn to be confident and really be cool with yourself. Because for me, it was like, yo, if I'm not confident, nobody else gonna get confident. Like, nobody else gonna trust me in these situations.
Yeah, I would say being dark skinned, like, shouts out to moms. Like, she was just always, like, very, I would say, on us when it came to, like, your appearance. My family's very appearance driven.
Yeah,
so like, very much when you step out the house, you got to make sure, like, this is together. You got to make sure you look good, make sure your clothes are together. So that was always the thing. So you could tell, you call me a lot of shit, you can't call me ashy. Yeah. You can't call me ashy. You can't say my clothes not starched. I've been ironing clothes since, like, the 3rd grade.
Come on.
Third grade, mom already put me on. Said, "Hey, I don't have time to be ironing your clothes too. We're gonna go ahead and show you how to iron your clothes." So, come on. That is something that I would say confidence had to be instilled because my mom would always say, and for lack of better terms, the word she always used was, if you can't handle how I'm talking to you in the house, what you gonna do when them niggas in the street start saying stuff?
Facts.
The only downfall to that is I felt like it's desensitized me. You can talk so much trash and I just be like, all right, that's it. That's all you got.
Me and my wife had a conversation a few weeks back, and I told her, I said, because of that, right? Exactly what you get into. I said, I don't believe people. Like, people get in my face and they talk tough, or they tell you, oh, I got this and I got that. I said, I've been able to see through bullshit for so long.
Yeah.
That it's just like, I'm, oh, okay, cool. I don't believe you. Cool. Like, and I can pick up on BS quick. That's why some people ain't been on here yet. But I just pick up on it. But I'm with you, right? You know what my mom was saying? All right, you know what you don't look good in? And she would give me all the colors I couldn't wear. And my mom, her thing was not what your mom said, but it goes along with it. It was like, yo, you're never going to hear something that you won't hear here first.
Yeah.
And she was like, I just want to help you with these things. So it was, yo, your skin. Yeah. Right. When everybody was getting acne, my mom she was on my ass like, yo, it's going to show up worse on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My mom was like, yo, your hair got to be nice. You got to, your clothes got to be right. I'm with you. I was ironing in elementary school. So I laugh when these new girls now, they be like, where's the steamer? My man shirt. I'm like, yo, you can't iron? Like, God dang. But it's, it's fun. But
I didn't know people stopped ironing until recently. Somebody tweeted and was like, I'm so happy we're the generation that stopped ironing. We're the generation that did what?
Man, I ironed this undershirt right before I got here.
I iron gym clothes.
Yeah.
I iron lounge clothes in the house. It can't be too wrinkled. Somebody bust up in it. They gonna think, shit, you broke in here too. Mm-hmm. You broke in here, put this man clothes.
That's fair. That is fair. That's funny that you saying it. That's a good question, man. Look at you making me get sensitive. Now these niggas in the comments. They're gonna be in the comments.
Good sentimental opening, but just like you were saying, I think both of those, the lessons that we grew up on, with our skin tones, it's important when you have kids. Whatever you can pick up on, or if you think it's something, that other kids may want to point out with your kids, you got to stay on top of that.
Yeah. And you know what I'm finding weird now that I'm thinking about it? My family, outside of my mom, my dad, and my sister, we never outside talked about my skin, which was kind of weird for me, right? Because I knew I looked different. Mm-hmm. I think I realized I looked different from other black kids in the third grade, which is weird to say, but I didn't notice skin before then, right?
Yeah.
And then when I did, I was like, oh shit, I am different from all them, because everybody else who I saw was black, even though I knew my skin wasn't. But it is interesting, man. And like you said with your kids, now I pick up, I kind of want to know what he's going through or figuring that out. Did you have an issue? And I explained mine. Not with my son, but with my nephew. I was concerned that he was going to have albinism. Did it ever bother you or make you think like, dang, I wonder if my son is going to be dark as me or darker?
Funny story. I wanted my kids to be my complexion.
Okay.
And the fact that my kids are not my complexion, it fucking bothers me. Because we just knew that one of the kids was going to be dark skinned.
Yeah.
And first I was like, oh, everybody got hopes for the boy. It's like, all right. He, mind you, rewind. So we initially thought they told us Landon was a girl. We found out a month before, probably like 6-7 weeks before we had Landon, he was a boy. But something that Eb was concerned about was her niece was mixed.
Okay.
And she was like, we're going to have a mixed kid who, and they're a month apart. Yeah. So you have a mixed kid, and then what if our kid is dark skinned? And then what the comparisons, because these are things that you have to really think about. And I myself, I've experienced, within family, like seeing how, I have lighter siblings or I have lighter cousins and stuff like that. And you can see how families want, like when you have the big fat red baby, it's like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Okay, what about my black ass?
Yeah.
Hey, my little fat black ass here too. But I've literally seen, and we're doing what we usually do, bounce all over the place. This is something that bothers me, and I gotta sit up. Where's the camera? I hate when I get on social media and you're my fucking complexion, no shade to the light-skinned people, but they're sharing these pictures of light-skinned kids with the green eyes and the soft hair, and they're like, oh God, this picture got me wanting to have kids. I can't wait to have kids.
It's colorism, dog.
Because I know, because this is how my kid gonna turn out. In what fucking universe, bro?
Bro, it's so weird.
Y'all be looking like y'all got hit. And then you turn around and you gonna reshare this little baby. Nah, bro. Nah.
Dog, it's so funny. I used to have you know, the problem is my sister and my mom are both light skinned, right?
Okay.
They like the same they're a little bit darker than my son. And so I say that to say when I was, you know, single and young, I used to have chicks tell me all the time, nah, you only like light skinned girls. I'm like, who told y'all this? Like, where did you get this from? It's like, cause your mom and sister's light skinned, so you light skinned. I'm like, no, I have albinism. Y'all don't like. There's a difference. I'm like, man, whatever. And then it doesn't help me marrying a Puerto Rican woman, but all the chicks I used to date before that was dark.
They had a point.
Yeah, they be on my ass in the comments. That is one of my favorite jabs.
Now I was the opposite because my great grandma ruined me. She said stay away from light skinned women.
Oh.
She said that light skinned women. Yeah, my great grandma said that light skinned women were the devil and that they were nothing but trouble. And she always told me, she said, Bubba, stay away from the light skinned women. And I feel like that's what the fuck I did, because I had one girlfriend who was a couple shades darker than you.
Shout out.
Yeah, but other than that, brown skin, dark skin. Yeah. Funny story. When I go to the strip club, don't you bring no light brights around.
Really?
No, but the funny thing
I love strip club preferences.
The funny thing is, even when I go to the strip club and I'm like, where the dark skin strippers at? The response I get is like,
yeah.
What you mean?
That is funny because I am all over the place. I don't like white strippers. No offense. I just don't.
It reminds me of Grand Theft Auto.
Like, I don't like white strippers. I just don't. It's not my thing. It's not, and it's cool because I like hair, like long hair. So the funny part is I don't mind the light-skinned strippers, but I love the chocolate girls. And I'm laughing because there's a shorty. Shout out to you. You know who you are. You be liking all my family pictures, man. I'm a nice, friendly guy in the strip club. So
you ain't like dude. I mean, we know you're married. You don't be trying to pull him out, but you ain't like dude on Best Man. What you doing here?
Hell nah. I be in there
with money.
My favorite part about
you ain't got to do this.
Nope. My favorite part of the strip clubs is to people watch with the strippers. But anyway, so there's a girl, shout out to her. Her name is Brittany. And I remember her name, information, everything, man. But when we was there, she was dancing on my boy. And my boy, I know his preferences. Yeah. So he wanted the girls dancing on me, but they were both cool. And at the end, I told her, I was like, you know, you the one I want. She was like, I figured you just like light-skinned chick. I'm like, yo, my boy is light-skinned. Like, he a little bit darker than me. I'm like, no, But yeah, it's funny, strip club. You know, I saw in South Carolina, I saw a dancer and she had albinism. She was fine too.
Check you out.
I was trying to go. I look like a madman chasing her.
Hey.
I tried. Dog.
Hey, girl, come here.
I tried. I even went up to the bouncer. I said, yo. What is shorty, the light-skinned shorty?
You tell light shorty that look like me.
And then he kind of looked at me like, y'all family? Like, what the fuck is you doing? And I was like, bro, I'm not a creep. I promise. And then that's the one line to let them know you are a creep. I'm like, I'm not a creep. But he's like, man, she gonna be in VIP all night. I'm like, God dang it, man. So I just left. I ain't get no dances because I was like, I have to just shake her hand. But I always thought, I'm like, damn, I wonder if she gonna dance on me. But never got the chance.
Mercedes Last Dance.
Look, man, shout out to Platinum Plus in South Carolina. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Shout out to that. What you been having going on? Is Charlotte treating you better? You know the city is cliquish.
What have I been having going on? No, like things have been good. We had when we had guys night out at Super Club. Then we had One Big Play Date. So we started a new series on One Big Play Date.
Okay.
The first one was at Frankie. Shout out to the guys that came out. It's like 7 guys and their kids. Hour and a half. Let the kids blow off some steam. Then we did the next one big play date was at the Light the Night Festival. And it was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold as hell.
Yeah.
And part of me was like, you know what? You probably should cancel this. But I was like, nah, this is the Georgia and you that's not accustomed to a real winter.
Cold. Yeah.
It was cold. We get there. All the guys get there. We I had my running gloves that I run with. The kids got their gloves. We are prepared. We get inside the gate. 5 minutes in, my daughter's like, Daddy, my hands are cold. I'm like, you got gloves. She doesn't have gloves. So then I looked at my son and he was like, we took our gloves off. We left them in the car.
You can't go out and come back in.
I'm not leaving. So you better pull them sleeves down. when we ain't have the money for no gloves or whatever, you better put them sleeves down and freeze.
I
ended up giving them my gloves. But it was cool. The tubing was fun. Ice skating looked and sounded like a good idea.
Yeah.
Trying to ice skate with a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old and it's one of you. I would not recommend that to my worst enemy.
Nah.
We were holding the rail to hold the side the whole time. The kids were over it. We skated from one door to the next door, and it was like, nah, we're ready to go home because it's cold as hell. We're outside, but nah, everything's been going well, bro. A lot of great stuff for Active Dad. It's been an admin month.
Yeah,
so we just been partying, planning, and got some really good stuff coming up.
Look, so we went to the night stadium and we did the same thing, and we was out there.
The weather was better when you were there. Man, it wasn't as cold.
But here's the thing, it's cold, and then as you get closer to the ice, it's colder. You know what I'm saying? So we was there. So my wife was like, "Yo, I'm going tubing." I'm like, "Not me. I'm staying down here," because I was freezing. And and then my boy couldn't wait in the line. Like, so I had him there, and so by the time she got through the line, handed him to her, which was cool. It was hilarious though, because somebody had like a 2-year-old, bro, and they put their kid in their own tube and pushed him down.
Them tubes is fast as hell.
They are, and I was like,
tonight, if y'all looking at this, it kind of shook me,
bro. Like, they are fast, like, cause I'm watching it, but I'm looking, I'm like, yo, somebody just sent their kid down here, and sometimes, I judge some parents. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It was a lady out there. Her baby was like 5 weeks, bro. And I was like, yo, what
everybody
are you doing?
Don't need kids.
No, everybody like Krishan and Blueface. How come the black community act like they don't exist?
Who?
Krishan and Blueface.
Who?
See? Like, we act like, and I was talking to my sister about that before I got here. And she said black women have decided that woman does not represent anything we know.
Yeah, I don't really get it. Not for me to get. When you first hear about it, you're like, oh, okay, what's this? Then after a while, you just, it's kind of like them cousins that you kind of, you're ashamed to say that they're your cousins. Yeah. Now, ain't your cousin? Shh.
I don't know. Technically, that ain't
mama side, daddy side.
Yeah, see.
Mama side or daddy side?
Oh, mine's on my dad's side.
Why did daddy side get so much slack,
bro? Because they be on
universal. Why does the dad
side? It's
on
my dad's side too.
My dad's side is more about that life than my mom's side. Yeah. My mom's side like Bible thumpers. My dad's side, they're ready to ride.
Yeah, that's why I can't say too much about them, because they will pull up.
Yeah,
they will pull up to the studio. I love my dad's side. Check my ass.
Shout out to my cousins.
I always told my cousin, I'm like, yo, if I need somebody,
you know who to call.
I'm calling you.
And then you gonna call mama's side afterwards so they can speak in tongues and
get me off.
Put a little olive oil, little crossing for you.
Yo, so I want to talk about what's some mistakes you made as a new dad. Like, you have 4 and 7, so you got 7 years.
7 years
of mistakes, because I look at it, and I'll tell you where I'm going with this.
Okay.
I was thinking about with me, and we're going to Disney in 2 days, right?
Okay.
And I already know it's gonna be expensive. Like, I already know I didn't spend too much money already. We ain't got there yet, and we ain't talking about the food, the drinks, the toys, whatever, right? Yeah. But anyway, at first I was telling my wife, I'm like, yo, I don't know. When the idea first came up, I'm like, I don't know. I don't, like, he's 2. He's not gonna remember.
How old? And that's always an argument online, because some people feel like you should still go and take pictures. You're also not paying for it.
Yeah.
So I want them to enjoy it.
Exactly. And it was funny, because then so my boys 2, and we're going, and then I told I was telling my wife, I'm like, I kind of felt bad that it was bothering me because it is going to cost that much money.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, he won't remember it, but I will.
Yeah.
And so now I'm starting to pay attention in life about understanding that, hey, it's not that we shouldn't experience this just because he wanted me remember it. We should experience it so I can remember it and tell him about it. Because like I see the joy my parents and grandparents got when they used to tell us about how much we enjoyed certain experiences, especially Disney. But so anyway, I was thinking about you and since you're the seasoned dad on the show.
What's a mistake?
Come on, man.
Sleep schedule. But I've always heard that from a lot of other parents that the first kid is kind of like the ghetto baby.
Yeah.
You just trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure that shit out.
You just want to sleep. He want to sleep wherever. Mm-hmm. That was a mistake. Letting Landon sleep in our bed so long.
Yeah.
And viewers, listeners, whatever we call you guys, my kid is 7 and he's tall to be 7.
Yeah.
So like now, hell, last night I woke up, he was in the bed and I'm like, bruh, why you all up in my space? So like, kick them kids out the bed. Do not let that happen. We did better with my daughter. We made sure we put her in the crib. Lennox, if she is tired, she will leave wherever she's at and go straight to her room and get in bed.
That is funny.
She'll say bye sometimes, some other times, but where Lennox at? She in her room sleep. She's going to go straight to her bed. I would say that. I think an ongoing argument in our household is birthday parties. I don't feel like a kid needs a birthday party every
facts.
year. Now, it could be because, we ain't really have it like that to be doing every single year. But I've talked to other dads. Moms always want the big birthday party. They're going to say, oh, we're just doing this. It's going to be something small. By the time everything comes up, I get the whole first big birthday party situation. Yeah. But I don't think so. I don't think you need a big birthday party every year.
I told my wife, I said, we did the big one first one. We did a big one for a second one. And I said, I'm done. Like I'm done with this.
Take a trip.
Yeah. I'm like, catch me at 5, catch me at 10, 13, 16, 18. And that's after 16, they really don't want to party with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They don't really want to be bothered.
They don't want to be bothered. And so, but for me, it was like, I ain't gonna say we didn't have it. My mom's cheap though. No disrespect. She cheap. And so
Mama said somebody got to save up in this.
My mom cheap, man. And so, and I think like it was just, so, and I felt like we could make, back in the day, they was making shit stretch, dog. Like it was like, yo,
they made it happen.
Get your 2 friends from school. We was at church, so bring all your church friends over here. We're gonna have hot dogs, hamburgers. Everybody gonna be around here for 2 hours. Everybody going home. Yeah, and everybody going home. Now it's like, yo, the birthday parties is costing thousands of dollars, and because we need all these decorations, we need this and
birthday parties. And you remember baby showers used to be in the church hall,
bro? Facts.
Not no more.
Well, and
they said baby showers the new weddings.
Yeah, but back in the day, you had to be married to the person that had that baby. If y'all thought y'all was about to get a baby shower at the church, they wouldn't play.
Yeah, because back in the day, they'll stitch it out.
But you show up pregnant in a corner. It's like, yo, why they in a corner? But
black church used to be crucial, man.
Now, whatever.
You ain't getting sit down no more.
You ain't getting sit down no
Especially
more.
At Rip Jeans Church.
Bro, don't get me started.
Rip Jeans fault machines.
He about to get me started.
Sexy church.
Look, and these horny ass pastors. But now, but I told my wife, I'm like, yo, at 3, let's just have like our close friends. Let's go grab something to eat. Let's treat it like a regular ass day. Yeah. Cause it's a lot, man. It is a lot. I look at the mistakes I made. I didn't save enough, like early on.
Can you save enough?
No, I don't think. No matter how much money you save, you don't know till you know. I did a maternity consultation today, and we getting done, and the mom goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "How did you afford daycare?" And I said, "Oh, I had to work more." There's no other answer. Like
no, we didn't do daycare.
Look,
thank God,
bro. I'm doing it, and I can't even say nothing because my aunt owns the daycare, and she might see this. And I have no complaints about our daycare.
Yeah,
but I wish I could find one of these vouchers that the single moms get, so I ain't got to pay for this shit, man. But that's just the dads. Question. How did you know your wife was a good woman? So, I guess I should have gave you a heads up what I'm about to ask.
Ebony's very caring. And not that I don't come from a caring background. Yeah. She's going to see this and she's going to laugh at that point. But yeah, not that I didn't come from a caring background, but it was just a level of compassion and family that I hadn't experienced within my own family. That did not mean, that my family was bad. Even our dynamics now, I just feel that, my family loves different. It's expressed different versus hers was like very, very caring, very, very thoughtful, very like, we're in this together, everything. I can't say the same about my family. Once again, nothing bad. It's nothing terrible, but I just think they're dynamic. So just, I remember I already planned to propose, and I remember I needed some bread for something while I was living up here. And I was like stressing about it, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure. So I was like, I need this, but I ain't tripping. I'm gonna figure it out. By the time it's like an hour or so later, I got like a notification. It's like, oh, so and so sent you like $500. I was like, yeah, man, let me go to the damn. Let's go ring shopping.
Yeah,
nah. But yeah, that was the overall. What about you?
Oh man, the woman who cares about me the most. My mom and sister will fight you over who they believe care about me the most, right? And I remember like just realizing early on, like, yo, she cares about me the same, if not more than them.
Yeah.
And for me, it was always that part. But you know what? I always tell people, when shit got tough, dog, for me in different areas and stages of my life, she always said the right thing.
Yeah.
And when I put it like that, sometimes she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. But it was almost like God was putting the right words in her to say to me. And that to me meant a lot. So I give you an example. We working for the Ritz, everything going good. I ain't making no money because I'm fresh out of college, but I do not want to go get a programming job.
I remember talking about that. Yeah.
And I remember I was like, yo, I'm about to go get me a second job because I really loved working for Marriott. I really did. I'm just keep it a buck. And she said, why are you going to go get a second job when you do photography? Like, shouldn't you invest in that? Yeah. And I was like, duh. I mean, that's common sense. But no, I didn't think of that. You know what I'm saying? It was that. It was her coming to me and saying, yo, I signed you up for a wedding showcase, and me being pissed because I don't know we were dating, but we were dating, but it was like early on in the game, and I'm pissed because I'm like, yo, who are you to overstep these boundaries and believe that I should be doing this? Yeah. She was 100% correct. She signed me up. She got me speaking to strangers because I don't like to speak to strangers. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
That part, I've told the story many, many times of me getting fired and her saying, yo, I know it's 3 days before our 1 year anniversary, but you know what I want you to do? Learn everything you need to learn so you don't fill out your resume. You know what I'm saying? So It was always her speaking life to me to make me say, yo, this is the right decision. And I remember me and my boys was hanging out and we went to Miami and it's the last trip. And I tell all my boys, I say, yo, the next trip we take probably gonna be my bachelor party. I'm gonna give y'all a heads up. Yeah. And I hadn't even bought the ring or nothing. But I knew I was gonna buy it in a few months. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is the last guy's trip. Like, I was like, it's cool. And one of my boys, I ain't gonna say who. Yeah. He was not happy that I was getting married. And it wasn't, oh, we should talk about that. Yeah. But it was one of them things where it wasn't like he was, and I do want to get to that, but I do want to, when you're elevating, it's certain people around you who do not want you to leave them. Yeah. And sometimes it's not always like, yo, I don't want you leaving this job because now I'm going to be left here at entry level while you move up and become CEO. Sometimes it's not that dramatic. Sometimes it's just like, yo, bro, like, I'm single. I don't have a girl. We go out all the time. We partying. Like, damn, like, you going to leave me? Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And I had one homeboy. This nigga was not happy about me getting married. Not at first. And then, it finally came and it clicked. And I think, whatever. And I remember another homeboy. It's so bad. These niggas about to clip this and figure it out. But even my dad came to me. He was like, yo, I think it bothers him that you got a girl. Like, he was like, this shit kind of weird. Like, it's not even like, it's almost like he missed you and you ain't left yet. And you know what I'm saying? But it is interesting to see
Since
those.
You've been gone, I just can't seem to get right.
Absolutely. And it's just funny how you do elevate like that. But yeah, man. But I'm eternally grateful for her, man. Like, she don't play. We didn't got into fights together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? I was getting choked out in the club. She had a dude hemmed up on the bar. Like, God dang. I was so damn
That's
tight.
what we talking about. Y'all got that Bobby and Whitney.
No, see.
Hold the drugs.
Hold it, please. But
They had a fun situation. Hold the drugs.
Oh, hold it.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? And my suit was too small. You got to wear the right clothes when you about to scrap with your girl. My suit was too small. I had one of them small ass express suits. Wrong suit. Never doing that again.
You was fighting in an express suit.
At Sweet.
And that ass suit was Sweet was you was fighting in Sweet,
man.
Dressed up.
It was one of them. Me and her.
Oh, you despicable.
Nah, shout out to Sweet. I love y'all, man. We went to Sweet and it was we had went out on a date night, everything, and it was super cool. And so we went to Sweet because I used to take pictures of everybody in Sweet. So I used to get them free. My drinks would be free. And everything. We had Sweet and it's a little nigga, like he's small, and she's trying to close out her tab. Yeah, and so he pushing up on her, but I'm standing right behind her, and I'm kind of like, yo, my man, that she with me. Yeah. So I scoot in, and he's elbowing her, and she's like, hey, excuse me. He a little nigga too. I gotta stress that. And so I get in between them, and he elbows me, and I'm like, yo, my man, can you relax? Yeah. And he said, what? And so we go back. I'm talking to her. I'm like, yo, it's all good. And the bartender sees everything. Yeah. Man, he elbowed me again. Next thing you know, I grab his ass and I move him. I didn't know the two big ass niggas that's like 6'4" beside him was his homeboys. So by the time we do that, them niggas got me in a headlock. The other dude, because by this time, my wife got homeboy, the small nigga, on the bar. Yoked up.
My girl kicking ass, taking names.
So the dude, the other 6'4" nigga, he go attend to that because he like, yo, get off my mans. Yeah. And so I'm telling his boy, I'm like, let up. By this time, the bartender at Sweet then hopped the bar. He over here moving shit. And so like I tell
about that action.
And so I looked at the dude, 6'4". I was like, yo, your man, he put his hands on my girl. Yeah. He was bumping up on my girl. Man, I ain't never seen these niggas. They had that boy over there crying because they was cussing his ass out. They like, yo, what are you doing? This shit could have went left because they got kicked out the club even though we was leaving. And I told my wife, I said, you know what's crazy? 2 of my homeboys was across the way at Vault. And they was supposed to meet us at Sweet. And I told her, I said, it would have got nasty in there.
It would have got active.
Because it would have just been bad. Like, it would have been bad. But anyway, man, after that, I was like, yo, that's my girl. And when I called them as soon as we got outside, I was like, yo, blah, blah, blah. And they was like, oh, we leaving. They was outside of Vault in 10 seconds.
Niggas ready.
I'm like, bro, it's cool. We can all go home. And then they all was like, yo, man, you got to marry her, man. She fighting for your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that's real. But
elevation in your homeboys.
Elevation in the homeboys. But even since listen, me and Gavin can chop up everything and be here all day. Facts. So this is why I'll be back because we got shit to talk about. Question that I have for you though, and this has been something that's been recurring on social media. How do you feel about? Let me rewind because it's parts to it. You oftentimes hear men complain that nobody cares about them. They don't have anyone to vent to XYZ. So that's the first part that we're just going to just throw out there. Okay. From there, do you feel that men have done a good job of creating safe space within their friend groups? I personally, and we'll deepen that. That's something that I'm working with Active Dad with the Dad Tribe. Shout out to the Fitness Dad Tribe. I talked about it last time, but we just have a really good.
Thought you was inviting me.
We're a real good community. We're going to invite you whenever you're ready. We got to see three workout posts. You come on over to the group chat.
I ain't coming,
but that's something that we really, and I wanted to reiterate it because I just see a lot of it. But I think that not a lot of men create that space, and then they get online, they complain about it, but then you in the club in the section popping bottles doing everything, and you got 20 niggas around you.
Yeah. I look at it like this. I'm very adamant on black men don't wait on an apology. It ain't coming. I also feel like black men do not walk around saying they feel protected. I think all groups outside of that should pay attention. That's just personally me. Yeah. But I also agree with what you said. When there are communities where we can be open. Yeah. Are we active in them? No. Can we be more active in them? Yes. And we kind of got to promote those things because you do have a community, right? And like I have a couple of friend groups, but even in all the friend groups I'm in, like, all the friend groups I'm in, I'm not finna run over there and be like, yo, let me pour myself out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know who is who you can do those things with, which I'm adamant about following your friends. You can have your turn up friends, work out friends. And I think that's why guys and friendships, that's why it work, because women have to know all the details. It's like, I just met this girl and I gotta know this. Guys, like they said, you can see somebody in the gym, at work, y'all gonna once y'all start speaking to each other, it could be 3 months. You're like, I don't even know that man's name.
Yeah.
But I speak to him every morning.
Absolutely.
So I think, file your friends, but the friends that you do feel is most valuable, I think is very important for guys to begin to have those open, transparent conversations and creating those spaces. Because I feel like they're waiting on women to do it. Yeah. And it's like you're gonna be waiting for a long time. Or get a therapist.
Or get that, but that's just a buzzword for their ass. But I look at it and it's like, man,
they go see the lady when the girl about to leave. That's their favorite phrase. I'm about to go see the lady. So
yeah, all right. my like I got a couple boys who I'm like, I could tell them everything. Yeah. But I got some boys who I'm close with and I can't tell them a damn thing.
Yeah.
I got a homeboy right now lying to me. You know what I'm saying? He can't share certain things with me. But I also have to recognize, like, one of the hardest things I had to recognize last year was the type of friend I am to people. And sometimes you got to ask yourself, does it allow, like, people to be open with you?
Yeah.
And last year I had an eye-opener situation where, I hit up a dude. This dude was a groomsman of mine. And if you know me, then you know. Like, me and him fell out. It got weird for a second.
Yeah.
And I hit him up and I had to apologize. I was like, yo, this is random. We ain't spoken 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to apologize for my actions because you deserve this and you didn't get it. But I was going through this. This is why you didn't get it. And I was like, I just got to give you this.
Yeah.
Just for me. Because, and like I said, I realized that because of a situation with another guy who I'm cool with. And I told my wife, I said, yo, I don't give off like people. When you come and talk to me, dog, you got to let me know if you need not advice. Are you here to come up with a solution or you need to vent? If you let me know those two things, then cool.
Yeah.
I got to know that. But I said, but before then, I was very much a like, yo, solution. Yeah. Sometimes people just want to talk. They just want to, diarrhea at the mouth. Let me just get all this shit out. Cool, bet. But, and it's tough, man. I don't know how often you self-evaluate, but I do it. I've been doing it more. And I don't know if it's the kid.
Once you got kids, you just think, I think you just revisit a lot of stuff and you just try to think and figure out like what's this, what's that.
Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of people I've apologized to one friend. I ain't did shit wrong. Fuck that. but it was a situation where I'm this type of person. I don't have to be cool with you anymore, but I will never throw away, like, let's say we were good friends for 10 years and then in year 11, it's not meshing, it's not working anymore. I'm going to still value those 10 years of friendship because how I look at it at this point in life, I feel like you're going to be losing people, you're going to be meeting people, but there's always a life lesson learned.
Facts.
In previous relationships. So it's like, it's some people that right now, they could be on fire and I throw a little water bottle on them. Yeah. But I can think of some things that I learned, when we were friends that would make me circle my, let me get a little water hose. Yeah. I ain't gonna drive you to the emergency room, but you know what? They deserve more than that. Little civil rights hose down or something,
I cannot stand. That's why you can't joke with people from the South, man, because they will
little civil rights hose down. At the House of Prayer, they used to baptize people with a water hose. That's another conversation. I swear to God, I'm not lying.
House of Prayer? You better not fuck with them people.
Yeah, I love the House of Prayer, but somebody from the House of Prayer told me they didn't get like shot like like a sit-in, but it was kind of like it was like a sprinkler, and you put it in the air. Shot. I have a great friend.
Oh gosh.
By the name of Tiffany. Doctor. Tiffany Mackey, and we were discussing something.
Why does that sound familiar?
She's she's the viral friend. She's always viral on social sites, but I'm just gonna drop this in and then we're gonna hop back what we're talking about. But she posed in our group chat was like, we were really fighting to get in those restaurants, and was the seasoning good on the food?
Yo.
But once again, we talk about that another day. Back to you boys and the safe spaces you're creating.
Yo, I think God knows who to put in certain centuries, certain decades, certain periods of history.
I would have been gone. Horrible slave.
Look,
because my black ass would have been in the field. I would have been like the field manager.
I would have been good.
I would have been a field manager.
I would have been good. But I in all seriousness, I told my mom, I said, my last 2 years of school, I went to a Christian school. Cause my mom was tired of y'all niggas in public school. So she just, and what's funny is I told my mom, I said, I'm so glad Black Lives Matter didn't happen while I was in high school at a Christian, white Christian school. It would have been awkward.
You would have saw everybody true colors.
Bro, I remember when Kanye West went up and said George Bush don't like black people, and I had to go to school the next day. And you talking about these old white folks who love George Bush. Like, he is their savior.
They did love George Bush.
They did. And then I was in school, and everybody knew, it's a Christian school, so they trying to tell you don't listen to rap anyway. And this is when Kanye's on fire.
Yeah.
So Kanye's my favorite rapper. And when that shit happened,
he done messed it up for you.
Oh my gosh, it was tough in school, but it was super funny. But yeah, man, friendships are funny. I'm circling back on topics. Friendships is funny, man. And you said something interesting. I put people in different parts, right? Friendships, and I'm cool with that. I'm learning to be cool with that. I'm also learning to be like, yo, if I cut you off, it's straight. Like even if we get back cool, I understand who you are, what type of man you are, what type of woman you are, and I'm going to live with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a tough thing to do, man, but
acceptance. I've realized in my adult years that acceptance is something on all fronts that can be very hard sometimes. Because lots of times we are hoping that people will turn out to be this way, or you see the potential in somebody. Like, I know they're a good person. I know they're a good dude. I know they're a good chick. I know they do all that from parents to friends. But I think we really have to sit in and accept that, hey, what you see and what they see is not the same thing.
Facts.
And you got to be okay with that, because then you don't want to be the person that's rubbing them the wrong way because you're trying to push them to be better. And
Facts.
like you said, when that elevation happens, it's a very thin line between I want better for you and I want the best for you. Let's not say better. I want the best for you, and then that person is taking it as, oh, you think this, or you think that. So that's always a line that you don't really want to cross, but it's hard.
I'm laughing. This is totally off key, so don't judge it.
Okay.
I should have sent you the video before, but it's Lil Scrappy was on an interview, and he's talking about how his baby mom was doing an interview with Amanda Seales.
Yeah.
And they was going back and forth. Like, he was like, oh, they was kicking my back end, but I bet Amanda Seales didn't tell my baby mom that she used to fuck me. I don't think it got
you don't want no problems.
He was like, I thought that was weird. Y'all both going in on me, but neither one of y'all probably know that y'all both slept with me, and she knew that.
So they're like Eskimo sisters?
Eskimo sisters, which got me thinking, I'm like, damn, this is why when you tell your girl, stay away from certain people, she got to just do it.
Now you doing interviews and y'all
Eskimo sisters.
Swap meet sex.
Which is funny because I have a
you got suits from the swap meet?
Nah.
No big Steve Harvey.
Look, oh my gosh, that nigga. No, I got it's a shorty who I used to kick it with, and I used to tell her, like, yo, don't talk to this dude. Don't talk to these, please do not talk to these individuals. And she couldn't listen. She's still miserable.
And she wouldn't got pregnant from one of them?
Nah, that's the thing. They didn't want her. She just thought they was being friendly. I'm like, yo, these niggas cannot be trusted.
Some people see red flags and then they had Six Flags.
Yo. Shut up. And then it is also funny because women will tell you, yo, stay away from her. She wants you, and then you run your little happy ass over there,
like Jody and that girl.
Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, her head in your lap, and then you stuck. What you gonna do?
Her head just fell.
Yeah.
So you went over there and her head just fell.
Look, that's how life be, man.
Your head ain't never just.
See, I can't stand you, man.
Your head ain't never just fell, girl.
This guy here,
strong neck.
What you got going on? Tell us about. Oh, before we get there, come on, man. Come on. I come bearing gifts. Shout out to the shirt. You are officially a part of the Dad's Club crew.
Hey,
here you go. Look, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
It is the Dad Club's orange, man. I do always appreciate you coming over.
I appreciate that, man.
And hit me up.
And I'm officially on the Playbook. Y'all can catch me once a month.
Look,
sometimes twice a month.
Y'all
better watch out. Ocho Cinco and
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. Mard and Gavin coming for y'all.
Look, man. Yeah, y'all need to bring us on.
Come on.
Look, man. It's funny because
can we rewind? Ocho and Shannon Sharp.
What they say?
Now,
here you go.
First of all, shout out to Jess Hilarious for being the new host for the Breakfast Club.
Shout out to her. I'm happy about
when
that.
it was this whole limbo about is she going to be on the Breakfast Club. I felt that if it was true that they got rid of her or they didn't hire her, Shannon Sharp would have been perfect
for the Breakfast Club.
Put Shannon Sharp on the Breakfast Club.
They don't pay enough.
I don't, because I enjoy Shannon Sharp. And I love everything he has going on, but we're just seeing a different side of him.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us a little messy.
Yeah.
Like Northwesty said, it's going to get messy. Shannon Sharp getting a little messy. But guess what? The public loves mess anyway. But I really felt like he should have been like a guest host on the Breakfast Club twice.
He could have. You know what it is? I don't think nobody's funnier than people from the Southeast.
Yeah.
I don't care what none of y'all say.
He went to Savannah State too. Shout out to Sharp.
And people from the Southeast are the funniest people to me. And maybe that's biased because I'm from the Southeast. Yeah. But you know, when you go up to New York, you hear them, they crack on each other. It's cool, but they not country.
And it's so hard.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my God. But when you come down here, bro, people are country as hell. They will crack on you just as much. You won't even know the slang.
Heavy ass tongue.
Yeah. And then you got you got somebody like Shannon Sharp. I don't know, maybe it's because I could just relate to him because he's from this deep South, and it's so just real. It almost feels like, yo, this is the uncle. But then on top of that, yo, you spend a big chunk of your life in Denver. Then you live in LA for this, big time. Now you living in New York, figuring it out. But it's such a cool thing. But I am happy for him. And also I'm happy for Jess Hilarious as well, because she did well when she was on that show.
Yeah, I kept saying like she's it.
Yeah.
She's gonna be it.
And you know what? When you listen to her, she stands up for women. But it's almost like, and maybe this is man bias, like she ain't giving them no bull, like giving women an out to just say anything. Yeah. I felt like Yee used to do that.
She was real reasonable.
She was very reasonable. And sometimes I get online and, oh, this is funny, but you get online and sometimes you question, are you witnessing who you're listening to, or are they playing their character? Right. Yeah. And I felt like Yee was getting to this point of like, all right, somebody got to take this side. I got to take this side. And I do believe as you keep going on certain shows, it is like, yo, this is the formula to make a good show.
Everybody has to have a role.
Facts. And me and Mike are figuring that out. Because like now, we was doing some polling and people was like, yo, y'all agree too much. So it's like, shit. All right, cool. Now we got to start disagreeing. And we disagree on everything. We just don't bring it here because we didn't think people wanted that. But that's tough. Good stuff. Like, I think it's interesting. Yo, and I mean, I guess this ain't got nothing to do with it. But like when Charlemagne was going in on Democrats and kind of saying like he interested on the other side, then you got Snoop Dogg coming out saying like, yo, Donald Trump is a great guy. It's like, damn, y'all playing characters. Is it go time? Because this is what usually happens during all political seasons. Like, somebody on the opposite side just, somebody on one side just fucks with the opposite side randomly. You like, damn, where this came from?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You just, sometimes the flip flopping is kind of, it's like, are you really doing this, or is there a check?
Yeah,
that you're getting? So
It is what it is, man. You got any announcements? Anything to share? You gonna shout your kids out?
Hey.
Wow, man.
They've been terrible lately. They have been terrible. No shout outs. All right. Let's get to bed on time.
Please.
Outside of that, what's for everybody that's been following me, it's gonna be a really good year for Active Dad. The things that I can speak on is just we are getting the dad tribes together. I have to drop this perfectionist mindset. And I want everything to go a certain way. So be patient, bear with me. I've been talking about this for a year, and we're actually in the works now of just tweaking some things. So when this thing when it does go live, we'll have dad tribes here, but then there will be in each phase of the year. So every quarter of the year, we're going to have different cities that add tribes. Okay. So then you can find stuff there. So, let me ask you this: what do you need from dads for your brand? Just support. Yeah. I just need the support, honestly. Just come experience it. And once you experience our brotherly community, it's a wrap from there. Shout out to all the dads, because I started working out. We did a group workout from the Fitness Dad Tribe on Fridays, which is 4 of us. And if you post it on Instagram, everybody like, damn, what y'all got going on? Yeah. And it's growing to the point now we think this upcoming Friday, it's going to be enough guys, so we had to split into 2 different groups to do our circuits. That's what's up. So I'm just telling guys, like, come out. You're not alone. Don't be on the internet crying about nothing if you're not reaching out or trying to find resources. And that's really it I can speak of for now. But next time I might have a little bit extra. I think it's important and I'm challenging all of my friends and people I meet, especially entrepreneurs and people trying to get stuff off the ground. I'm like, yo, now is the time to put it out there that, yo, this is one actionable step I need from you guys. Yeah. So for you, your actionable step is, yo, come out and experience one event with us. Yeah. Just come out. Because if you come out, you're going to have a good time. The kids are going to have a good time. If it's a all guy event, like when we did Dad's Night Out, the response we got from that, everybody was like, hey, man, like that was dope. The venue was dope, everything. So just trying to, just to create that community, switch up, go to different places. Now you're looking for the next one because you had a good time. Absolutely. And for me, I always tell people this, if you come, like, I need you to share this with one person. Yeah. Like, that's all I need you to do, because, shout out to Mike, my host on the Black Dads Club. Like, I tell Mike me and him finally got monetized on YouTube. Hey. Which was a big deal, because I remember when me and Mike were getting like 15 listens. Yeah. And I remember right before I had my son, I told my wife, I said, yo, as soon as we get back from paternity leave from this baby, I'm quitting this pod. Like, I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm out of here. And Mike loves to tell the story. Oh, I knew Gavin was going to quit. Like, I could tell. Like, he wasn't there mentally. I wasn't caring about the editing. I wasn't caring about uploading shit. Like, I was just like, I'm out. And now, we monetize. We getting hundreds, sometimes 1,000 listens on an episode, and I know some people are like, oh, let me put it like this. 50% of podcasts don't get over 50 listens. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you talking about, we have a podcast that's in the top 10% in the world. And it's like, yo, that is a big deal for us because it's growing. And and it's like, we have a dad's podcast. Me and Mike was going back and forth in one of our daily arguments, because we had the conversation about, we was having a conversation about communities should we or should we not engage in certain communities as far as like debate, right? Yeah. So we're going through it. And then I told him, I said, yo, me and him know how hard it is to have a male only like pod. Yeah. In the growth, what it looks like. If me and him was on here slamming women every episode, or just coming up with gender wars only, or just, it'd be everywhere. We would have been out of here already, but we're not doing that. And also, like I told you, I'm like, I want you to start bringing dads on here, because I think it'd be dope. But I do think, like, I just need everybody, like, please share this with somebody, drop a suggestion, because what we're going to start doing is we're going to put out our number. You'll be able to text in a question. We'll read it out on air. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's super dope to do as well. But yeah, man, I do want to thank you for coming, for giving me the time. As always. He beat me here today again. Thanks for having me. Like, look, I was racing too, man. But, Independence on. Yeah, like that highway. Yeah, it was a beast, bro.
It was a beast. Look, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please check us out. Please go like this on YouTube. This is going to be on Spotify and Apple as well. Because I think it's important. Plus, I don't know if we record next week since I ain't gonna be here. So y'all get 2 episodes this week. And
and I'll be back.
There we go. And with that, we're gonna holler at y'all.